He is France. I am Vlad. Welcome to Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast, sponsored by Let's Talk Battle Rap.com, the only place to find our articles, editorials, profiles, stats, and facts on battle rap. Today is Monday. That's right. Monday morning. We are back live for you guys, man. Another weekend of battle rap has gone by, and we are here to start your week off properly. France, what's the word, player?
Here we are, man. Another Monday podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're recording on a Monday morning. Right before we were supposed to start recording about maybe 20, 30 minutes ago, but there's always some kind of stuff going on in the spaces, right, Vlad? You know what I'm saying? We turn up the
Yep.
Twitter space, and then all you hear is just a bunch of bickering and misunderstanding and all my babies and this and that. And it's a lot going on in there.
Sounds like a turkey farm, man. It's all my babies, all my babies. It's a misunderstanding. Jack can't fly to Chicago. I didn't say that. Oh, you should have said that. All my babies. And I'm just like, this is why we just like to cover the battles and all that stuff, man.
Yes, that's a fact. That is a fact.
But France, man, speaking of battles, URL did their due diligence. They dropped the outside day one card about what, 3 weeks after the event, right? Something like that.
Yeah, day two dropped fairly fast, and
Right.
we had about
within like
about
a week. Yeah.
we had about 2 weeks for day one. And I did like day two's batch better than day one, but man, day one got some bangers still.
Day one definitely does have some bangers, man. And I gotta say, dropping the battles, the first batch 1 week after the event, perfect. Actually probably around the same week. And then to drop the next batch 2 weeks later, you can't be that mad at it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's within that month.
Do you like when they all drop at once, or do you like when battles get a specific day?
I ain't gonna lie, I do like when they all drop at once because then it makes me feel like I could watch one in the morning. If I get some time in the afternoon, I could check another one out. I could check another one out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my time. Like I think we're at the point where we don't like things to be dictated to us. So it's like if we gotta wait anyway, then it's like, all right, I'll wait, but I don't want you telling me when you're dropping which battle from this batch because I might not get to see the battle I want to watch for like another 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you drop them all, I now have the choice of what I want to watch and what I want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do like that, and for data comparisons, you get all those battles to drop at the same day, so you get to actually see like what battles are people watching, what are they talking about, who has the most reactions. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So you get to get a solid like sample size to compare all the battles. But I do feel like there's always a battle or two that kind of just doesn't get that love that they probably should get, or it takes them a few extra days for people to be like, oh wait, let me go watch that one. I've seen these five, I didn't see these two yet. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I feel like creates a little bit, bless you, creates a little bit of conundrum as far as like what to pick, what to talk about. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad at seeing it go back to one per one if it dropped faster.
But then it's like, all right, you would have to drop one battle a day. You know what I'm saying? For that week. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'd have to drop it like that. But they only dropping 3 battles a week if they're doing it that way. So what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, give me all the battles, man. Stop playing around. Give me all the battles. Because even when it's a live pay-per-view event, a couple battles usually get swept up under the rug, man. You know how it is. Oh, we got 30 seconds left. Can we talk about that one battle? Yeah, it was cool. Go check it out. And we never go back to checking it out. So at least this way you got some time, man.
Yeah, I know there's been a debate for a while. I should make a Twitter poll actually about that so I could find out if what people prefer more. You know what I'm saying? What people gravitate more towards? Because I think still a bit of confusion there with the drops. But nonetheless, I got to watch all these battles. I mean, to be honest, I got to watch them for all y'all did anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Black phone, man. We know how that goes.
I got to watch Nitty and Saflare the day before it dropped, and I was like, hello.
Oh man, good batch of battles, man. Good batch of battles. So let's waste no time. Let's get into it, player.
Yeah, let's start with the alien and the rising star, man. You know what I'm saying? Are you a U.S. citizen or an alien? Be careful how you respond to that. They got a special box for that.
Yo, man, fire battle. And I'm glad this battle happened. It went down. Before when this battle got announced, what did we say, man? We said, yo, This is gonna be one to watch. We think Saflare is really gonna show up. We don't need to question Nitty. We know what he's bringing to the game, and it was just Saflare's job to, keep up with the alien or surpass him. And Saflare, you did your job, bruh. You did your job, man, and you showed up, and you showed that you weren't scared, you weren't nervous. You got moved from day one to day two, and you handled your business, man. And Rum, as usual, yo, friends, how does this guy keep coming up with punchlines I've never heard before, man?
Man,
Or never even thought about hearing? You know
how
what I'm
does this guy,
saying?
how does the guy keep coming up with potent rebuttals? Punch out the box like Uma Thurman.
Oh man, kid.
Oh my god, man! Honestly, my favorite part of the whole of Nitty's 3 rounds is probably the third round when he's like, "It's so in it, so it's so in it," and if you there's a tie, it's a different pin. Like when it's so in it, like oh my god, like that was amazing too. This battle's fire. This battle is fire. This battle
Hands
is
down,
fire.
man. Hands down. It's a straight up fire battle. I mean, my man Saflare came out the gate, and him going first, you kind of like, yo, the pressure's on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you give Nitty a chance to sit back, peep what kind of pressure you're gonna be applying if you are applying pressure, and then he gets to match that energy. And first round, Saflare came out the gate, dope punches, man. His pacing was dope. It was steady. He ain't really waste much time getting into it and all that. And he was punching out of the gate. And like I said, him going first, Nitty gets a chance to really see what's up. He gets a chance to feel out the opponent. Yo, he was bombing on him first round, kid. Like, I was like, yo, Saflare, you were cool, but Nitty ain't playing with your ass, man. What you thought, friends?
I thought to myself, I'll be honest. I thought to myself, his first round was good, and I was looking for a bit more because I heard a lot about this performance. I'm not gonna lie, this performance had high expectations, but from what I heard about everybody talking about this battle, who was there, the second round was around the really like the highlight because I kept hearing a lot about Flair's second round. So Nitty's first round and his first round is competitive. I still gave that first round to Nitty. Really enjoyed Nitty's first round a bit more. So Flair's second round, it took a bit of time to heat up, but once he got there, boy, it was like nonstop, back to back to back. He definitely brings his material back a lot after like crowd
Yeah.
reaction. So I feel like all of his rounds were literally like some of them were actually twice as long as Nitty's rounds actually. But part of it is obviously him bringing it back and everything. But like, I cannot blame him. This man is landing bombs. This man is landing bombs. You know what I'm saying? It really is a testament to what his ceiling could be. That like, if you still have a long way to go to develop and still have a ton of experience to gain on the stage, that you can compete with the reigning champion of the year, arguably the most valuable battle rapper, the number one ranked guy in the app. Like your future's in good hands, sir. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shots at the block captain from Saflare.
Hey, man. Why not, right? The block captain
Yeah,
done left it.
three's a lot. Three's a lot. Three's a lot.
He done left a vacuum there. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
Yeah,
yo, I gotta get in good with the higher ups here. You know what I'm saying? So let me bust a couple shots at easy while I'm here. Let me ingratiate myself with the execs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, second round. And I think what happens is with the bringing it back, it's like that rookie reward system. It's like they want to reward that dopamine feeling. It's like, all right, I'm here. They're feeling this. I knew this line was gonna land. It landed, and it's like I want to bring it back. I'm getting dope sick. I need to bring this line back again. But as you become more and more seasoned, you learn to just, all right, that line landed. Let me move on and stuff like that. Let me keep it going. So I pardon him for that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still getting some
yeah,
things
for sure,
together and all that
for
stuff. But
sure. The
but he wasn't playing though.
I, I really don't have much critiques for Flair at all. The only critique I would have is just that part. You know what I'm saying? You'll that come with experience. You'll know when to bring things back and when to just keep going. Um, and I would say this: I felt like the rounds were very long. I wonder if there could be a little bit of an editing process there. But I also
Mm,
felt like he, kept bringing his material back. So maybe that also extended. Like maybe there's a combination of like your material could use a bit more editing, you know what I'm saying? Because I personally had Nitty winning the battle because this round was more compact, efficient, despite it
mm,
being shorter. I'm not a person that's always been like longer rounds automatically wins the battle. I've never been that guy. If your round is short and efficient, it leaves less room for dry spots for me. Not that he had much dry spots, but it's just he just had a higher field goal percentage. You know what I'm saying? He got to it quicker. Um,
Well, you
that's
see,
yeah.
but
So
when that happens, though, it's kind of like a little bit unfair because you can't play basketball that way. You know what I'm saying? Where someone is playing for 48 minutes and the other team is playing for 56 minutes. And it's like, oh, look, I still won by one, but I had 6 extra minutes or whatever. Like, it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, I do like when the time is kept relatively close because then it's like it's the best you got within that time frame and the best that you got within that time frame. It's like with Ars versus Ace Amin. That time limit was strict, bruh. Like it was
I
so
liked it.
strict to the
I
point
liked it.
where it messed up the battle a little bit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
And
definitely affected a little bit when they were cooking, but I'm not gonna lie, I prefer that over somebody's lopsided rounds where somebody has an 8 minute round to a 4 minute round.
no, that I definitely agree with you when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? If it's like 5 to 4:15 or
Yeah, it's not
something
that.
like that, it's like,
It's not that
but when it's like
disparaging.
8 to 4, it's kind of like even with the bringing it backs and all
Yeah,
that stuff,
it's
like
like damn, it's like bringing it back can add a whole extra 4 minutes.
you're right. Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. What are you spinning around twice? Like, what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you get done with your 4 rounds, like, yeah, like that. Let me bring it back from the top. You got Ace Amin versus. Yeah, so I'm like, I can't, so I didn't like that. And it kind of makes it like, well, I did enjoy each battler's material pretty much the same. You know what I'm saying? But you got this guy rapping for almost twice as long. So it's like when it's time to judge a winner, to me, it's just kind of like, look, you guys will enjoy this battle, tons of quality material or whatever the case is. If you're going by time limits and stuff like that, you're gonna give it to Nitty. If you just are going by material or whatever, then it's straight up a debatable battle. You know what I'm saying? You can lean either way, however you want to. So that's gonna be the criteria. But friends, I got something else to ask you about this battle, man. Everybody was like, "Oh my god." Oh, this battle was so crazy. You must watch this battle. It's gonna blow the roof off. And then you have that in your brain, but when you watch it, you're now comparing it to a ghost of a battle that you haven't watched that you think is all the way up here. How do you feel like these in the building recaps and what you hear from insiders in the building, like how does it affect your viewership of the battle? Do you go there and like, it's not living up to my expectations? You already kind of like impress me, or do you just watch it straight through and like don't compare it to that ghost of a battle?
Nah, it's impossible to not do that. I mean, the only way to not do that is to not know what they said about it. Honestly, like if
Right.
you, because subconsciously you're gonna, if you're tapped in enough. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Like if you're media, you are going to ask people how was the battle. They were there. You're gonna
Right.
ask any of the rappers that you have relationships with that are there. If you have relationships with anybody that's staff of the league there, any of your media buddies that go there that you rock with, you're gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have this psychological implant of what the battle's supposed to look like in your head. And that's why, there's some people that I've talked to that felt like the battle got overhyped. I didn't feel that way because I take all the in the building stuff with a grain of salt. I know y'all be lying to me.
Got you.
You know what
Got
I'm
you. Yeah.
saying? I
You
know
got
y'all.
you.
I know y'all be lying to me, and it's not because y'all want to
Not
lie to
even their
me.
fault. They just in the moment, man.
It's not even your fault that you want to lie to me. It's the moment lied to you. You know what I'm saying? We've all been caught up
You
before.
lied to
You,
yourself, Lush.
you lie, Lush. You lie to
You lied to
yourself,
me, Lush.
Lush. You lie to me, Lush. And I don't blame them for it. You know what I'm saying? So I've always taken it with a grain of salt. And this times I've watched battles where like sometimes I'll actually be like, oh, hold on, they actually didn't give this enough credit. At the end of the
Right.
day,
Yeah.
trying to watch a battle one time live and give it like its full review, like part of it's gonna be your feelings, but you're trying to damn near give an album a first listen review. It's damn near impossible. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's to our benefit sometimes when battles like this drop VOD style, or we have to wait for it to drop, and when we watch it, get to run it back and run it back and run it back to really digest it in this proper format. But the outside narratives is one thing, but people. I said this weekend. Sometimes there's battle rap fans that don't like battle rap. They like battle rap narratives more. So
I seen you
what,
got
what can,
that quote from somewhere.
You know what I mean? Or maybe they got it
Get
from
to the
me.
original thought.
No, maybe they got it
I
from
mean,
me.
you know what? Maybe they did, black man. I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to, what I'm saying, automatically throw you under the bus. But I do find that when I'm watching battles after everyone has given their in the building opinions, sometimes if a part is slow, I get impatient. When you're watching it live, you're like, okay, where's this person taking me? Like, where is this line going to? Where's this build up going to? When you hear a battle is crazy and there's like a slow burn part, you're just like, come on, man, get to the crazy parts already. Like, what's happening here? Like, this battle is slow. Meanwhile, they're just building up, and I'm not giving it that chance. So I try to tune folks out as much as possible now, man, when they're giving their in the building recaps and all that stuff. I definitely take it with a grain of salt, but I can't help but to let it, kind of subconsciously, play in my brain when I'm watching the
You have
battle
you have
back
to
though.
you have to like you have to literally like be under a rock or like just not go on social media or something. If you really is that what you really want? You know what I'm saying? It's like if you miss a playoff game live and you're like, oh, I'll watch the highlights for myself, or I'll watch the game. I'll watch it back on. Listen,
2 weeks later.
if you turn off your Twitter, turn off your Instagram, turn off everything because it's gonna be spoiled for you somehow, some way. But
Oh, a mess. Yeah, man. Nah,
it's part
dope
of the
battle though,
game.
man. Definitely
What
worth the
would you have
wait.
winning?
Definitely worth it. Like I said, man, it's tough because like Saflare rap for so much longer, but I thought both their material was potent. I thought both their material was good. So it's like, I kind of waver back and forth with it. I just call it a dope, entertaining battle that you're just gonna enjoy because the time difference is just so much,
Mm-hmm.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
but
scared to make a pick. And I never thought I'd see the day where you become compromised.
oh, well, man, I've been compromised, kid. you
Nah,
know
it's
what I'm
just
saying?
mm-mm.
Compromised living is the way to go, brother. You know what I mean?
This man just wiggled out his way to not give a winner. Unbelievable.
Nah. But I mean, it's tough to judge. You got someone rapping for twice as long. You know what
Is
I'm
it? Is
saying?
it though? Is it tough to judge? It's just you know what I'm saying. You just pick your preference, or you stand by your rules. I've always been a guy. It's just like if you have a long round, it doesn't always mean I'm going to give it to you. But there's some people that's like if your round is short, I'm not rocking with it.
No,
You know
but I
what I'm
mean, if
saying?
you have a longer round, but your material is still dope, you know what I'm saying? That it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I can't really be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But then I have to take it into account that this person's sticking by the rules and you just out here, doing your freshman freestyle and like, it's time for me to get more clout and more fans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. But it's a dope battle though, man. Go watch it, go enjoy it, yo.
All right. You ain't gonna wiggle out the rest of these bad boys, all right?
Nah, because the rest of them were pretty much like nobody was rapping twice longer than the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, salute to Saflare Sole. This is a guy that's gonna become a perennial gnome summer madness smack volume type of battler. His first two main events in the league was against Chess and Rum Nitty. He's arguably 2-0 against them. Like what better
What more do you want? Yeah.
what better start to a career on URL is that? I couldn't envision it, you know what I'm saying? But
Crazy, man. Already did
yeah,
Summer Madness. It's wow.
yeah. Let's did you get a chance to watch Jakkboy Awthentic? I think that was the
I
second best
did. I
battle.
did, man.
Arguably the
I
first best
did.
battle of the card because that's whoo boy, that one right there.
Yo, salute to those two guys, man.
Yeah.
Authentic. You excuse me, man. I got like
Yes.
allergies coming kicking up, kid. Like I
Yes.
don't even have allergies like that. I'm just sneezing all over the place. I apologize, everyone watching this on YouTube, man. I know it's a crazy watch, crazy listen, but
Bless you, bro.
yo, Authentic, you stepped your game up, man, from that final exam card, yo. Like I don't know
Yes.
if I was sleeping. I don't know if I was listening to you with a different type of ears and just wasn't paying enough attention, or maybe I just wasn't as impressed by that battle as I was with this battle. But dude, you really stepped your game up, Jakkboy. You came to play, man. Like Jack wasn't playing. Yo, Authentic was steady all 3 rounds, dog. And at Jack's second was stupid, man. Like he really found a way to do what Jack wants to do when it comes to like all my intricate writing stuff. But then he gave the people what they wanted, which is like some, the bars that you're like, I want to hear the ficky ficky type stuff, you know what I'm saying? The wop babaloo bob type joints or whatever, but he paired it with the stuff that he likes to do, by adding some more complexity to the round, but then also finishing it off with those haymakers and those bop babadoo bops over the heads and stuff like that. So I gotta give Jackboy his props for putting it together in that way. I think he definitely wrote for a bigger audience, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that it was a smaller audience, they were still just as in tune and locked in with him, and he was going stupid. His second round was definitely a highlight, but I got to give Authentic his props, man. Like, he's it was refreshing, I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely refreshing. Like, the tone of his voice is a little bit different than everyone else. It's not like, not like you could just pick his voice out like just randomly like that. He's not DMX or anything like that, but he doesn't he doesn't sound like that many other people or whatever. So that was like refreshing. And then just his cadence and the style that he was using and things of that nature. Like, I definitely was like, you know what, I rocks with this man. Like, he definitely stepped it up, and he was pretty witty and just had some sneaky ass punches, dog. Like, all 3 rounds. Like, what a way to bounce back, friends. What a way to bounce back from that final exam.
You got a clip of Jackboy.
Oh,
Making
okay.
blood diamonds off a 10 4 with this calico. I'm a bookie now, play hooky now. I'm looking now. The Drake slot, play Tootsie now. J. Cole with a crooked smack. Chris Brown, nigga took him down. And spelled him out, chopper in his mouth. Oh, Suki Suki now.
Every chain punch of that was a song. The Tootsie.
Yeah. I got it. Play it. Nah, he was definitely.
Those are moments where I'm like, I don't ever want to call Jackboy a pen, but I feel like those are moments where his pen is underappreciated. It's like, yo, the writing is good here too. You know what I mean?
And his scheming without just being like, well, when I got in the car, what I'm saying? My
pushed the start.
ignition.
My
You know what I mean?
ignition's pushed to start.
And the radiator. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that kind of thing, man. It's like she licked my nuts, then bolt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that kind of nonsense. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a flow to it. There's energy to it. It is not just spelling out like, oh, here's a big list of Biggie songs I'm gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? So
before all that, a bookie now. I'm hooky now. Before that, he had the stud finder bar.
Oh man!
It was like damn!
Yikes.
Yikes! Where was this for the battle?
Well, oh, no, that bar was fire, man.
Wow, was crazy.
I was like, where'd that come from, man? Like, jeez,
should threw that on the stage, Kings and Queens last year. What, we needed that last year. That was woo. That was bomb.
See, this is what I be saying, man. I'm like, sometimes you get a Jackboy that's just like you let your lady beat you, okay, and then you get the 2-on-2, and it's like you're not showing up, and then you have these other little battles, and it's like, what's going on, Jack? Like, do you not care? Do you care? Like, well, what's happening? And then you get this Jack, and you're like, you do care. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you're dope. You're fire. And it's like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need this every time now. You know what I mean? Like, but he was on point.
I still have a bit of reservations as far as him on a big stage, because keep in mind, not to downplay this performance, but don't forget that it wasn't over 100 people in the attendance. There wasn't a lot of people there. And like, I want to see if this Jackboy, specifically his second round, can translate. I mean, that type of round would translate on the big stage. It would, but I just want to see it be done. You know what I'm saying? Because you go through a lot of his big stage performances, Flames, Franchise, John, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on. Like, a lot of them just like, he's better in a smaller environment than a bigger environment. You know what I'm saying? And so much of it is not what he's writing or what he's performing or doing, but the pacing. You know what I'm saying? That changes everything, because I think we could both agree that his second round had a whole different tempo than his first round for me. And by the way, I'm not a big fan of when he's in this super disrespectful bag. Like, I know people die, they can become a battle bar, and it's cool, it happens. But like, when he does this, it's like, damn, man.
Then he went back to this and the teams and stuff like that.
Oh man, God damn. You know, it's
more
like,
cities. So, all right,
And Whitney Houston caught so many strays at this event. God damn, can we leave Whitney Houston alone?
Yo, this the one thing about battle rap too. Like we be picking and choosing which one of these dead folks can get these jokes and bars and who can't. I'm like, come on, man. Like either we gonna leave them all alone
Yeah,
or
no,
everybody is
you're
open to it, man.
you're actually right about that. But I will say when when the wound's a little bit more fresh, it's like it was within the last year or so. It's a little.
Listen, man. I don't know, bro. Like I know your man number 8/24 has been pretty much off. Listen, I
He
can't
ain't
tell
all
people.
he ain't all the way off limits. People, I mean,
I mean,
Jackboy had a
he's
Jackboy's had a
mostly
Kobe
off
bar.
limits. People still go, you know what I'm saying? Like people still go like, why do you have to bring up Kobe? You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
you know, like,
when Jackboy battled T Top, he had choppers don't do well with Brian's bar, and I was like, you know, like it just,
I
you
hear
know
you,
what I'm
man.
saying?
But then again, it's like,
and it's just me. If people like it, fine. But I personally not
but
that
it's
big of a
okay
fan of
when
it.
people is putting bullets through your door, like Big's car and all that, like and catch you at the light like Pac, or you gonna get pop smoked, and then this person XXX Tentacion or this or that, even T Top, you know what I'm saying? And it's like certain people is like leave them alone. Other people is like, yeah, man, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. I'm just kind of like.
Yeah, listen,
What are we
you
doing?
die and become a battle bar. It's the truth.
Ah,
But I've always
sad, man.
personally never been that big of a fan of it. Me personally.
Yeah, and then it's like it sucks because if you're a relative or a loved one of that person and you hear that bar while you're trying to like enjoy something that takes your mind off of things, it's just like, bro,
Nah, or if you just
turn
connected
this off.
or if you just or if you were just emotionally connected or felt the the
Right,
loss
right,
somehow.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
saying? I think the very first, not the very first, but one of the first that I can remember at least is like back in like Lions Den when Rich Dollars battled Goods, and he's like, if you don't pass away as soon as the arm spray, brother, they'll pass away when they operate on his chest,
like
like
Kanye's
Kanye's
mother.
mother.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the room's like, oh. Like they didn't want to react, but they had to like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah, it's like you definitely it's like if you go to the West Coast and you try to get off one of them Nipsey bars or something like that. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough night getting out that venue. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
again,
Soon as you hear someone say, grab
again,
the chopper, give you 60, they're gonna be like, get him off the stage. Don't even give him a chance. Get him off the stage.
but again, I just want to point out, I'm not downplaying. I'm not taking points away from him. I'm just saying,
Right.
me personally, I am not a fan of those type of bars.
I'm
me.
just trying to see where do we stand as a culture, because for some people it's all right. They can get shot every battle just like this person or that person or that person. Well, then we got a couple folks, you know what I'm saying, just off limits for the most part, depending on what region you're dropping the bars at. You know what I'm saying? So it's just interesting
Yeah,
to see who can get disrespected and who can't.
I tell you what, we policed them Pat Stay bars though.
Hey, yeah, you know, man, he's one of ours. You know what I mean? There's been a couple. There's been a couple.
No, people have gotten them through, but every time they've said them, the room has rejected it. Like we've policed that. We're drawing a line here.
Yeah, but it was okay to go wild for the tall T bars, though, right? That was okay, wasn't it? Yeah, all right, okay.
You're right.
It was okay. That was a haymaker. Oh, so creative. Oh my god. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, that's where again, you gotta. It gets weird.
Turn your big T into a tall T. People went crazy. Did not matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did not matter at all, man. I'm just like, okay, I guess we doing this. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
Yeah, Jakkboy and Awthentic was a battle, boy.
That was a fire battle. I had Awthentic edging the battle.
I had,
but it was a dope ass battle, though, man.
I want to say this: what impressed me the most about Awthentic's performance is like Jakkboy hits him with the stud finder, the Sookie bar,
yeah,
a whole fucking avalanche in the second round, just nonstop, bam, bam, bam. And Awthentic didn't just lay down and die. Like he didn't say, all
Oh.
right, like this, some battles is like, damn, this is a round that, like, no matter what I say, like, he's gonna get this round. He fought enough to say, I'm gonna at least make this round a conversation.
Yeah, man. And he was mad confident. He never wavered at any given point in time. And listen, man, he did the damn thing, man. I was impressed. I gotta say, man, I was impressed, dog. So salute Authentic. I definitely will be tuning into your next battle. I will be watching, more carefully now and more thoroughly. So salute, man. You did the job. And what I will say also too, I know we pointed out a few times that this wasn't the biggest crowd, but these guys gave big crowd performances and they didn't let the smaller crowd like really stand in the way of them really performing like there's 1,000 people there. So that's something you got to continuously practice. Like even if there's 50 people in a house, you got to perform like it's 500. If there's 500 in the house, you got to perform like there's 50,000. Like it doesn't matter because one day you will be in front of that many people. So salute to all of those guys, man, for really performing like there was thousands of people there, like, and it made a difference. And you can see it fed the energy of the crowd too in some of the battles. Like in some of the battles, they didn't perform like there was 5,000 people in the house, friends. We'll get to that battle in time, but
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
we'll get there slowly.
Salute to both of those guys. That's oof. That was one of the battles of the weekend.
Now, I would not go out on a limb and be like, this is my number one battle of the year, as some people were, jumping out the window and saying, but it was a dope battle that you will enjoy watching, though, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Then, we could talk about this Ace Me and Arsonal battle. You know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned it earlier.
Oh, yeah. France, I did not like the hard clock in this battle, man. I didn't like it.
It was due to Arsenal. It was Arsenal's doing.
I get it. And you know what? He's well within his means to do it. You're contracted for X amount of time. Arsenal wrote X amount of time. And at least he let him know from jump, look, I'm going to be enforcing this rule. I'm not going to call time. I'm going to make sure they call time so you could be mad at URL staff for calling time every time that they did. Smart move by Arsenal. You know what I mean? But I do feel like it inhibited Ace Amin from going all out. It's like he always had a little bit more, but then it was like time. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that he's conscious about the time. You know what I mean? And this comes in a battle where you can see that he also consciously decided to slow down his flow just a little bit. And you know what else, friends? He ain't really stutter through the battle. He ain't have to sit there and bring things back. He wasn't repeating his words to try to get back on track or nothing like that. So he definitely found a sweet spot when it came to that performance and when it came to the delivery. But then on the battle that he does, we now have him limited to a strict clock. And it was like, what's happening here today, man?
Hey, listen closely, man. Chase an op down every Tay Rock round. I got the gun. I'm not for nothing. Not for none. I'm not the op the one. You hear me, Vlad?
Yo, Ace Amin is really one of the best multi-syllabic gunslingers out here in battle rap, friends.
Boy.
Like he really is. Like he's really one of the multi guys, man. And people don't give him enough credit for that. Like this is the most gangster multis I've ever heard, man.
Let me tell you something. You know that he had that bar. I think it was in the second round. He was like, "We got around the waist like Batman's belt."
Yeah.
It was a little. The line was cheesy, right? You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Ace about. I was like, "It was a funny line. It made me chuckle." But then he's like, "Yeah, but it was a part of a 9 3-piece syllable."
Yeah.
And like he had bad hands dealt, grams and cells, glad bad scales, cash scams L's, fans can't help, last damn shelf, rap that well, Batman's belt.
Oh man, yo, and this is all battle long, man. Like he's one of the multi gods. I gotta say this, France. This is gonna sound weird.
Yeah.
By now, for some strange reason, want to see Ace Amin go to England and battle Shuffle T.
Dog, hold on, man.
What's up?
I don't
You got
normally
it in your
like doing
notes?
this. No, hold on. I don't normally like doing this. I'm just let you see the top part. I literally said to him, "I want you to battle Shuffle T." Literally, I literally told him this, and then, you know what his response
Did
was?
you know who Shuffle T was?
His response was, "Does he rhyme well?" And I was like, "Well, he wrote the book of." I was
Oh,
like, "He wrote the book of multisyllabic rhyming." You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say so. You
All
know,
right, so he did. Oh, he ain't know who Shuffle T was. Oh man,
maybe he did.
nah,
Maybe
but
he did. Maybe he did. But the point is, Shuffle T and Ace means a battle. I need it, man.
that'll be like the multiverse will just explode, if that ever happened, man. Like that will be a fire multi battle, man. But yo, Ace Amin, man, he did his job. I just wish he could have just closed out the rounds, and I wish he didn't. He wasn't constrained to that hard clock because it didn't seem like he had 2 extra minutes worth of material. It's like every time he would be slightly over, and then when they call time, it kind of it kind of throws off the fluidity of the battle and stuff like that. And I was like, but it is a good battle though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, the most important thing to me was that Ace was clean and he had dope content. Arsenal had decent content too. At times he would kick up, he would turn up and stuff like that. But for a lot of times it's like it's the arse that you've been getting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not anything that's through the roof. It's not too much that you're writing home about. It wasn't bad. It wasn't whack or nothing like that. But it's like, hey man, Arsenal's gonna show up. He's gonna let you display your skills. He's going, throw in some Arsenal stuff in there that you'll appreciate. But for the most part, you know what you're gonna get. It's like, hey man, I'm here so that you can look good. Do your damn job. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like Ace did that. I just did not like the hard clock in this battle.
Bruh.
And y'all thought Arsenal was gonna be a scary look for me? Nigga, look for me. Nigga, look for me. Nigga, look for me. In that water, I harpoon him. You saw tuna? Prison hookups. Before I ever battled Big T, do you know how much I saw tuna? Money on my head, the best steppers, they all movers. When you was trying to get Hitman off your back, I was ducking the show.
Oh, here we go. Ah, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know what? Like, let me just say this, man. You know,
Come on,
2019,
man.
2019, when I got to see Ace live in person, Band Legacy One. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a guy coming off his PG. We're like, yo, #1 draft pick right
I
here.
remember
You
that.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I was hating everybody at that moment. Yeah, I was hating all of you guys, man. When the battle finally dropped, I hated every person in media after that battle dropped. All of you liars. I
Yeah.
hated all of y'all, man.
No, I mean, it was good though. It was good.
Listen, if we go back 4 years and you
Yeah.
go back to the excitement of after that night, you would swear everyone discovered Loaded Lux Part 2. You would
Yeah.
swear
The
that
hype
this
was
was the
real.
savior
The hype
of
was real.
all holy battle rap, man.
No,
The,
the
the
hype.
hype was the hype was beasting that night. You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely hype beast, and obviously then he started to really take the branding and marketing to the next level. Got himself in front of a handful of good opportunities. Bumpy road along the way, you know what I'm saying? Some wins, some performances not clean, some highlights, but never all the way fully there. And then I really felt like in 2021, after he had some time off and came back, he started battling again on URL that year, like against Jims and Cortez and Danny. I started to see him be more explosive. Like I started to feel like he had like a higher field goal percentage. He was connecting more. Like his punchlines were like landing more. And maybe like his style of rap never fully changed because that's who he always was. But something became more potent. Something just like clicked in his head, and I felt like he found ways to just have those explosive moments more. But yet he was still riddled by his stumbles. And it
Yeah.
really wasn't until like the end of last year when he came back home after he went away for a bit, came back home and started battling again. Bunch of one rounders, small battles, a couple 2-on-2s, I think. Um, you really started to see a lot more of like a discipline level of Ace, right? And now this year, he's somebody that like you still may get a stumble or two from, but they're not like how they used to be. We've talked about this
Right.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
Before, like he stumbled, it would throw his entire round off. Now he stumbles, and gets right back into wherever he was. Like the recovery is so much more sharper. That lets me know
Right.
how much more deliberate and disciplined he is in his preparation. Plus his material, I feel like since the last 2 years has been able to find a way to really connect with the crowd. But now he's like polishing his skills, and now I feel like he's really living up to the potential that we saw him out to be 4 years ago.
While you was trying to get the Hitman off your back, I was ducking
I was ducking the
Come on,
sharpshooters.
man. Yeah, it was ridiculous, man. And his third round, was a very poignant round dedicated to the homies, people who he's lost in the streets and stuff like that. And dope, man. Like there's content, there's substance there. And I'm a sucker for multis. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like I love multi-syllabic raps.
And not for
He
nothing,
gave
I'm
it
not
to
the
me. He
author
gave it
one.
to me, man. So, Ace, man, good work.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I just wish
Great
that
work.
this
Great work.
battle wasn't marred by the clock, but it is what it is.
If you ask me, the clock probably helps the replay value because I ain't trying to watch Arsenal for.
I hear you. When I saw it was 24 minutes, I was kind of happy. I was like, oh, this is gonna be this is quick. I can't even eat. Like I gotta wait. You know what I'm saying?
I will give Arsenal props for a second round though. That bar about drugs is dope.
No, yeah. No, I mean, like I said, man, Arsenal showed up and he did what his job was. He's supposed to stand there, let you get over and do your job. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, go check that one out, man. The URL, they struck another one, man.
Yeah. Moving on with day one. What other battles from day one? You know what? Let's talk about Coffee Brown and Snake Eyez, man. Let's talk about it.
I'll let you start, brother.
All right. So
what you got to say?
The chatter of this battle was hold on. I got some notes here.
Oh.
Yeah, so the chatter of this battle obviously was like she got a 30. There was a 3-0 chant. We all seen an interview with Snake Eyez after the battle, getting off the stage and jumping and all that. You know what I'm saying? And Coffee, real cool, calm, collective, and talking about how she found ways to make improvements. And when I watched the battle, I was, like every time I hear the 3-0, if there's a 3-0 chant in the building, that's it. You got like a time capsule. Like this is how people felt in real time. Cool. Doesn't mean how I'm gonna feel when I watch it.
Right.
So I watched that first round. I'm like, yo, I like what Stink is rapping about in this first round. I actually gave Snake the first round, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I actually gave Snake the first round, but
I was like, this ain't bad at all. You know what I'm saying? It did get a little crazy there. You know what I'm saying?
It was kind of, but it was hard to find that same level of like output from Snake in the last 2 rounds. I didn't feel like his second and third round matched the intensity he had in the first round. Maybe after the first round, he was like, "Oh man, this is the type of night I'm in here for." And then maybe it deteriorated him a little bit from consistently having that same energy that he did in his first. But I'm not gonna lie, Coffee has some highlights in the second and third. That Alex Baldwin bar in the third round. Fake prop gun bar, crazy. When Coffee gets on her Coffee the block captain drug talk, crazy.
Coffee the block captain.
She do be blocking everybody.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't lying. Her and Big K. That's a battle rap couple for you.
Blade cut the shoulder. It's highway improvement. That's a bar. You know what I'm saying? There's some highlights in that bitch, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Coffee will always have good lines. She's a writer and, she's got the poetry background and all that stuff. And I always see what she's trying to mold and put together. You know what I'm saying?
But I already know what you're about to get at. And I'm about to
you'll always have good lines. Sometimes the connective tissue in the rounds is kind of like, and delivery, man, is almost 90% of the game. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, France, when I'm listening to it, it's just like, oh man, like, get this. Can we end this round already? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know, friends. I don't know, man. The delivery for me just wasn't it from her. But the writing is not bad. I will never say that her writing is bad. I'll never say that her ideas are bad, that the thoughts that she puts together are bad. Sometimes the way it might be pieced up could be, And I know it's tough as the rapper to listen to someone critique it in that manner because they're like, well, you don't write, this. But it's like you when you listen to so many bars and have watched so many, because most of these battle rappers don't watch nearly as many battles as we do. You know what I'm saying? As far as being a media or just a consumer of battles or a supporter or whatever, they're not watching it as much as we are. They're seeing it
Right.
from the stance of the writer and the performer. But when you're sitting there and you're listening over and over again, you just know what sounds right where and when it's not pieced up together properly. And if this was put here, you bring this octave down a little bit here. Like when she totally swung and missed in that first round, it was like when Jazz like totally missed a bar. Remember in the what whatever battle that was.
I got the fifth in my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
yeah. She had one of those. She had one of the fit my hand joints, and it was just kind of like, oh, ouch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, Coffee will always have some good ideas, good contents, lines that'll hit you. But to me, it always comes down to the delivery. You know what I'm saying? And like, if Snake would have continued like he did in his first round, like, it's a different type of battle. You know what I'm saying? But he gets frustrated a lot. You can hear the frustration in the bars that he rhymes a lot of times and stuff like that. And then when it's just not going his way, it's just like everything just, starts not to go his way and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
I
I
think I
felt like
think I,
there's much to improve on both sides in this battle, man.
I think the delivery would be compensated if there was just more of a flow. You know what I mean? Like when you're listening to Ace, Authentic, Arsenal, every when you listen to every single person that we just named prior to this
Yeah.
battle, they're all they all have a lot of rhyming pockets and they're all multi-syllabic heavy. Nitty loves the multis. Ace, Arsenal, everybody we just named are real multi-syllabic in their sleep. You listen to
Hmm.
Coffee, she's not really a multi-syllable rhymer. You know what I'm saying? And you never realize how the disparity of just one syllable rhymes without there being a multi attached or a real like flow next to it. How disparaging it sounds when there's other people on the car that have it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's not so much to downplay her, but it's just like if this person could dribble with their right and their left hand, but you have a mean right hand and no left hand, it's just like
Yeah. And then sometimes like the transition bars are just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's tough. It's like you end something, there's no smooth transition to it, and then
but
you're on to the next thing. And it's like,
But let me tell you this: what does that say about Snake Eyes? That he's able to have all the elements that we're saying Coffee may be lacking. He has it, and yet she's able to walk away with a clear victory.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe he's thinking like, oh, it's Coffee, it's a girl, whatever. Like I could just do whatever. Or maybe you start writing for somebody, and then after a while, it's like, the first round, I got all these ideas. I got everything laid out. And then the second and third, you're like, why am I battling this woman for? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh gosh, I gotta force these bars out.
I'm
You
not.
know
I'm
what I'm
not gonna lie.
saying?
The minute she called him out, I was like, this is a battle she could win. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
felt that
yeah.
way. Like
If you
like
get
she
him
called.
angry enough, you're gonna spin him out of his concentration, and you're gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
I just knew when she called him out, I was like, this is a battle that she could win. Would you say she did better than the twerk battle at least? Like she definitely was better than that performance.
Yeah, 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 yeah. She did that. Look,
So like
she's got a ways
ideally,
to go, but
like
she's gonna get her feet more and more
look,
wet and get better
I
again.
yeah, of course. But ideally, if like your big stage debut didn't turn out the way you liked, your next battle, you want to show improvements in all the areas that you feel like you need to make improvement on while hopefully gaining a win. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do both things at once while trying new things or trying to get better and also winning your battle. Mission
Yeah.
accomplished. Mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
that's why I'm not here to like I don't want to downplay her too much. Of course, there's critiques to give of the performance, but like if you're on the opposite end of the performance where you won, what am I
Yeah.
gonna say? You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it up. But Snake Eyes is hilarious, man. Snake, Snake Eyes is like Swamp. You battling Stumble. Shut up.
Yo, yeah, yeah. But
He's
but I mean, at the same time, she is the Wody from last year, though. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not talking about a girl who's first time crucible person or something like that. You know what I mean? Like This is a Wody. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, when you go back to read the game tapes, there's a lot of things I used to try to tell people in the time. Nobody wanted to hear it.
Hey, we were there. I was there in real time telling the people also. Nobody wanted to listen.
Nobody wanted to hear it.
Give it to the chocolate girl. Okay.
No, I mean, I'm not saying she wasn't deserving. I just felt like all the battles that she had that year, there was still things to like critique, and I felt like the shock value of what was happening prevented people from wanting to be receptive of those things.
Yeah,
I was just like, guys, hold on now.
Yeah,
Hold
so
on now. Like,
I don't want anyone to think these critiques are unfair. This is the former ladies champion of last year. I can't even call her the former champion. She was the champion of last year. The Wody. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
2022.
It's a luxury to have these high standards. It's a luxury to have these high standards. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, you're gonna have to deliver though, Coffee. You know what I mean? As the Wody, as the of 2022, you gotta show them what representing for the ladies is all about, though. You know what I mean?
Hey, well, the streak continues. Well, not the streak, but the app record continues. Now she's gonna probably be 7-1 on the app, right? 7-2. I think she lost to Twerk. So that's a pretty good record, man. A lot of guys ain't 7-2 on the league. You know what I'm saying?
No. But salute to her. Congratulations, you won.
Oh man!
Congrats.
All right.
Why? Hey, man. Hey.
I just want to say, if we feel this way about her performance, what kind of reflection is that on the man that lost to it? All right.
I don't know, man. I saw that man on a couple of platforms having a meltdown.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, Coffee's like, I'm gonna go buy my Airbnbs and grocery shopping.
Coffee Brown, mission accomplished. You know,
handle my business. Why hasn't she dropped a coffee brand, yo?
She got the coffee's lovers.
She need to get some coffee beans from Belize or whatever, because that's where she's from. You know what I'm saying, man? Package it up and sell some coffee beans, man. What are we waiting for? I'm just saying. Maybe sometimes
coffee beans.
Hey, why not, man? Things make too much sense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do it?
Hansel and Holmzie the God. You know what I'm saying? Hansel went on the crazy promo run after his event.
Oh my god!
The promo run that he had after his event, I would have thought he had the performance like Saflare or like Awthentic or you know what I'm saying, the Eyez. And Hansel, you lied to me. You lied to me a little bit. Nah, it was a good battle. It was a good battle. I guess because you know how we were saying earlier,
you had expectations, brother. That's what you had, man.
People create expectations. You created your own expectations. The way you was talking, the way you were. No. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Wait. What about my opinion? It's me. The way you were talking on the timeline to John and DNA.
Yeah,
we're talking filthy, bruh.
Yeah.
Let's not act like that didn't happen. You were talking crazy, and we were behind it. And I was with all the shenanigans. All right, if I shenan once, I'm a shenan again. All right, and I was with all of it. It even cost me some relationships, Hansel. All right, you know what I'm saying? Supporting you got some vets angry at me, and you know what? I took that. I said, all right, I would take on the chin. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have a performance like this, I'm like, this ain't the performance I want to lose relationships over now. I don't know. It was still good. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes some people gotta be a little less sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a game of opinions and entertainment. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to throw away a whole relationship based on little opinion and entertainment, it's like, come on, man. Relax a little bit.
What you think of Hansel and Holmzie?
It was a good battle, yo. I ain't gonna lie, friends. It was a good battle. I didn't have even though he was talking crazy, I didn't have really much high expectations for this battle per se, but watching it, I was pleasantly surprised. And man, I gotta say, Holmzie was not playing, dog. He really did show up. He reminded us why he was, the champion of Ultimate Madness and whatnot. and he was really putting the beats on him. Like he really showed up, put his gloves on, put his mouth guard in, and really was out there throwing punches with homeboy, yo. Like everything was set up properly, man. He had his 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? Like he had a whole game plan and he executed the game plan. And I felt like both guys were really out there slugging it out. Like, 1 round you got Hansel going crazy, then you got Holmzie coming right back and countering, and you got Hansel going crazy again, and you got Holmzie coming back and countering. And they did that for 3 rounds, man. Like these guys were really brawling in that ring. I did not mind this battle at all. Like I said, I had lowered expectations for this battle, but it really, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was entertained by this dirty little battle, man. I wasn't mad at it at all.
Nah. It was again. I don't want to get caught. It was a good battle. It was a good battle. Very good performance from both. You know what I'm saying? Young EFB, pure punch fest. Holmesy showcasing his versatility and his skill set. Holmes was definitely one
Yeah.
of the guys that I feel like when you use the word underrated, it's properly coined when you talk about Holmesy the God, because it's like he has a real sharp skill set. You go through his resume, he's got names, he's got a winning
Yeah.
record on the league. He's translated on other platforms too. You know what I'm saying? He can angle, he can punch, he can talk. He has a good base in his delivery. Tries to find ways to implement humor. He has it all. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like Hansel just ran into a guy that just has a bit more, weapons on their tool belt. But this was a good Hansel performance. Uh, Unfortunately, I bought into the Kool-Aid over the last couple of weeks, so I was expecting a great performance, but it's still a good performance. And you know what? I always say this, like I feel like when we critique, especially when I critique Hansel, I've been kind of harsh because in comparison to the top six, like you look at Saflare and Foots, they're so like advanced for where they're supposed to be right now, and then Clutch and Authentic just had a full blown breakthrough where they've arrived. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Hansel's battle with Eyez on Civil War, they've had both great first rounds, but complete drop off from Hansel after the second and third. And
Right. Yeah.
Eyez proves to me that he's much more of a stage battler than a smaller environment battler.
Yeah.
And so then, in comparison to those guys, I'm like, well, maybe he's behind all these guys. But in his defense, Vlad, he's the purest form of what you call a rookie. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
he just started battling a handful of years ago. So like everybody else has been here for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So like he's got 7 battles on YouTube and what on the app,
Right.
like 3, 4, maybe 5 on the app from the Crucible and onwards to now. So like this guy has less than 20 battles to his name, you know what I'm saying? So like there should be a bit more patience when it comes to him. Um, when you talk as crazy as you do, people ain't gonna be as patient though. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not a. Yo, people got to remember too, man. Holmesy is a 10-year vet, son. Like you're a 10-year vet, and you spent the last of your years on URL. Like I don't care who you are, that's a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? And especially for a guy like Hansel, like you said, who only has 7 battles on YouTube that we can track down, there's a lot of experience to gain, like there's a lot of experience to gain. And sometimes you see these wily veterans who've been around for a while. Even when you go to the NBA, you're like, oh, this guy's been around 13 years. Oh, he's like number 9 on the bench now. You give number 9 on the bench a chance to come out and do what he needs to do, he might drop 34 on you. You know what I'm saying? On any given night. Like, don't
But
sleep. You know what I'm saying?
do you feel like Holmesy cleared him though? I don't feel like he cleared him.
I gave Holmesy the win.
I
You know
did
what I'm
too. I
saying?
did too. But I
I
don't.
don't.
I don't
No, it's not
but
like it's a win. Go
in
ahead.
defense, none of the guys from the top 6 lost clearly this weekend though. None of them.
Right. Like I gave Holmesy the win because he outclassed him, outvetted him. You know what I'm saying? Like he just had some more moves, some more tricks. You know what I mean? But if you're a hardcore Hansel fan and you're a hardcore EFB fan, you want to put a fine comb tooth through that battle. You can find a way to say homeboy won. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get cleared. It wasn't like he got blasted out the water or anything like that. Like it was a tough, competitive, entertaining back and forth battle, which is what you've been looking for, man, which is what URL delivered with this card. And we're going to talk about it a little bit more after we finish off the last battle. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to revisit this card versus what's been happening around this card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do, man. And to Holmesy's credit, you mentioned 10-year vet. Uh, what 10-9 record on the app or 9-8 record on the app. Battles with like T-Top, Snake Eyes, Jada Nightwing. Look at some of these wins. Win against Snake Eyes, win against Jay, win against Loso, win against Kid Chaos, win against Bill Collector, win against Danny Myers, win against Saga. You know what I'm saying? Those
Formidable opponents, yo. Formidable opponents,
all
man.
very, very, very formidable opponents. You know what I'm saying? So
Salute, Holmzie.
big salute to Holmzie the God. What battles are we missing from day one?
Did we get all of them?
We're missing Bill and Sheed and Fonz and O-Red. What you think of those two?
Oh, honestly, I did not get a chance to catch up on those two. So did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man.
I'll say this. This is on me for having high expectations, and I want to take the time to just apologize to Sheed if I sound harsh because I'm not.
Oh boy.
He had a good performance, and I thought Bill had a good performance too. I like the battle. It's not so much their fault the battle didn't live up to its crowning jewel. You know what I'm saying? This was a battle that the second Sheed came into the league. Like this was like hell, we need to see Sheed and Bill, right? Like this was like a carrot like in front of his face. Is like, this is the battle for you. And everybody kept saying it because their styles are similar. And then their styles really aren't that similar. They're just both unorthodox. So, but because somebody's unorthodox, you guys want to put them all in the same box. But I get it. I get it though. And when they battle, there's a lot of counter writing, heartfelt third round angle from Sheed about losing the child. It's the battle is amazing. I just felt like the crowd did not invest into it, and it felt like it took away from. And I get it. If I'm listening to the content, it's like, why should you care about the crowd? Well, Sheed also had a dead crowd against Suge, and that was a really good battle too. You know what I'm saying? Well, she showed a lot of improvements in that battle. He had a mid-round rebuttal. Like I'm taking away from this battle, like, yo, he is able to like still fight through a dead crowd, and he has good material, or he stays poised. But I want him to just like receive the reception that he deserves, because once you get a couple of these duds in the midst of you trying to like evolve and take that next leap into the league, I feel like it derails you from being on like these high profile cards, and I just maybe I'm holding to a high standard. It's not his fault again. I'm having a high standard because I really genuinely feel like Sheed is a guy that can be on NOME and Summer Madness consistently. He was a win away from being on NOME last year. He was a K-Shine on
signature. He's one K-Shine signature away from being on that card.
It was a K-Shine signature away from being on Summer Madness. So I'm like, yo, I don't want him to miss this window of like being there. And I know this is an important battle. So I just, I don't even know where to really direct my emotions to. I just wish the battle.
That punk ass crowd.
Yeah, maybe
it's like, you punk ass crowd, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Give this battle what it deserves, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a good battle. For Bill, his first round I thought was a bit like more slower paced. And the second and third, he really started to get into it. His third round was my favorite, mostly because like that was the round where he got into his like King of the Dot Bill, where he's like chain punching, rapping fast, going through it. And I like when he's in that bag more than when he's in the slow paced bag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know who to be angry at, Vlad, but I feel like I'm talking down on the battle, or the battle is, and I'm not. Again, the battle was very good. I just don't feel like.
No, you're mad at the punk ass crowd for not responding the way they should have responded. That's because what you're mad at.
Because look, we even talked about it in the fifth block. We waited to the hour mark to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this deserves more. This deserves better. This deserves better. So I don't know. I was just upset about that.
It is what it is, man. What's up with Fonz and O-Red?
That battle was definitely a travesty of going late, but also, Fonz and O-Red didn't necessarily close out the strongest. I'll say this, the first round of the battle is probably the best round, very competitive. You could argue Red won that round, Fonz won that round, good back and forth between the two of them. Fonz second round for me was like, woo!
Estupido?
Lil Wayne voice, woo! Yeah. His second round was that, you know what I'm saying, explosive, on point. He had some bars that I ain't liked. I'm not going to front. He had a couple misses in there. He had a couple air balls, but he definitely had some jaunts in that second round. And Red's second round wasn't as potent as his first. So I personally had Fonz already up 2-0. And then Fonz third round he had like a bit of a stumble, and he just hard cut off. You know what I'm saying? So you can tell he was about to like mess up in the round, so he just cut it. And I'm like, damn, all right, this is a round for Red to snatch. And
Yeah.
Red was stumbling and fumbling and bumbling too. So it's like, damn, all right, it cancels out. And and I just like Fawn's material a bit more than Red. And so yeah, I'm glad. I'm just I personally have Fonz win this battle clear, and I'm happy to see him get a clear win.
All right. Hey, man. It is what it is, bro. Did Red lose his voice?
Not really.
Okay. All right. I'm
But
just
you know,
trying to keep track. You know what I'm saying?
he definitely went all the way clean though. You know what I'm saying?
And that's been a problem. It's
Yeah.
been a problem, yo. It's been a problem. And I don't know, man. Folks don't really address it as much as they should, but he's had a cleanliness problem, man. You know what I'm saying? The lyrical hygiene ain't been up to par. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's either the voice is going out or there's like chokes or stumbles or fighting with the crowd and stuff like that. It's like, Red, man, like your pen is too good to be having these issues. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Salute to them.
Yeah, salute to day one. Day one was a good batch of battles. I still enjoyed day two a bit more than day one, but I will say both day one and day two, how different what things have been if this could have been a double back to back like live stream event Saturday and
Forget
Sunday.
about it. Forget about it, man. The haters would have to run back into the house. You know what I'm saying? They'd have to find a new way to spin it, you know, because if it's a live event and you got new guys and it's fire battles, it's like, damn, son. Now I got to find 3 ways to combat this and hate on this. You know what I'm saying? But yo, if this was a live event, we're talking about it at a much we're talking about it a lot more. You know what I'm saying? It would receive a lot more praise, you know, and it would be up there. Everyone would be like, "Oh my God, the outside card was so crazy compared to this event or that event or whatever." But because we get the battles 1 week later and 3 weeks later subsequently, things move so fast in battle rap that people just don't give it the same love that they should be giving it as if it was a live event. And that's just where we're at in the game now, yo. It's like if your event is not live, don't expect to get the same coverage and same love from everybody out there. Like, and I'm talking about from people who just got regular Twitter accounts to people in media to
Yeah,
celebs and whatever. Like, it's all the
yeah.
way around the board. If it's not, you think Lloyd Banks is going to be talking about some battle that happened that they're showing 3 weeks later? Like, it don't happen like that. Like,
He's an avid fan, so is it possible?
no.
Yes.
He's a degenerate. My bad. Maybe not Lloyd Banks, but like I don't know, Odell or whatever, who might watch a battle like every once in a while. Like he's not tuning in to write about a joint that drops 3 to 4 weeks later. Like we're just not at that point anymore. Like battle rap moves so fast that everything needs to be live. And if your event is not going to be live, you need to understand that people are going to grade it a different way. It's not going to get the same amount of love, and it just gives folks another reason to hate on URL. When it's appropriate and when it's time to. You know what I'm saying? But this card was fire. If you match this card up with Divide and Conquer 2, and you're looking at quality of battles, the competition in the battles, you know what I'm saying, replay value and all that. You
No,
know
that's
what
better.
I'm saying?
No, it's a
No,
better card.
this for dramatic, you know what I'm
Yeah, nah,
saying? But
yeah.
it would have been like, yo, man, this card is a better card. You know what I mean? But because it's not live, Mr. ARP gets to go.
I'm
I'm
man.
still number one.
Uh, I'm
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna redirect this instead of to the league
That's what he's
more.
saying. I'm
No,
not
yeah,
saying that.
no,
That's what
I know, I know,
he's
I
saying.
know, I know. But I'm gonna instead of redirecting it to the league, I'm gonna redirect it to the people that are in media, people that have
Oh,
followings, and people that have
oh,
influences. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like this is
Battle
where
rap
it's like,
influencers, friends.
yeah, people. There's people that talk, and people want to listen to them talk. So you know what I
Yeah,
say to
yeah,
them?
yeah.
Um, when moments like this happen, and there isn't enough talk about these performances, it's a it's a failure of ours as a collective as media. You know what I'm saying? Covering the sport because we should be here to really educate and inform my audience as to what's going on with the art. You know what I'm saying? Promote the art, just promote the art. And then when I see people's like, oh well, who the world's not gonna get to see this battle? Yeah, you're right. They might not if they're not subscribed, but you are, and you talk about this and you're subscribed. So how about you talk about it? So that if you really want the world to talk about it, you can make that one step further by you taking the initiative. And it's just weird to me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that I will never understand. It's like, you know where battle rap circulates now, all right? And we all know this is a tight niche community. Can we all just stop acting like this is supposed to be some mainstream world for everybody to see? You know what I'm saying? Like I am not a believer of that. You know what I'm saying? This is a world that's like pigeonholed by its content, not by its distribution.
Nah, I'm with you, player. I'm with you, man. But these battles need to be talked about, man. So that's why we took our time to break down each and every battle that happened on the outside. Was it outside 2 day 1 card? You know what I mean? So if you don't have the app, go check out the URL app. I'm sure they're giving out free trials now and all that, you know. And if you do have the app, guess what? France, that NOME Impact, you know what I'm saying, is now $25 if you have the app, $50 if you do not have the app. And interesting, they're giving people, you know, enough heads up right now to let them know what the price difference will be and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because we know last time it was pure debacle and it was just everything was just fumbled, mishandled. And, you know, they understood that. Now they're doubling back. We have a NOME Impact. It's going to be NOME/Double Impact mashed up together. And they're doing a blackout style where they're just announcing the teams so far. And France, if you would like to, let's go over some of these teams that have been announced. And then let's talk about overall, like what's going on with NOME Impact.
Yeah, I got a list of all the teams here. So the first announcement we seen was Tay Rock and Geechee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every fucking gun title.
Please let's not let that be the name of it.
EFGT.
Please, man. Please. Let's not let that be the name of it, man. You know what's name I hated last time, yo? The Triple C's, the Carolina Compton Coalition. I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Triple C's, and I hope we have some better names this time around, man.
Yeah. Second announcement: the returning team of Av and Fonz. You know what I'm saying?
That team was fire, man. Do they have a name? The Uncles?
Land Sharks.
Land Sharks. That's terrible. That's terrible. Battle reeks of polyester shorts and open-toe sandals.
Straight to the rent.
I can't. Land Sharks. What's wrong with you, man? Damn it. Nah, the Uncles, man. That's the name of the team, man. The Uncles,
man. All right.
Because look like they got 62 nieces and nephews between the two of them, man.
The third announcement, a very unorthodox team, Hollow the Don and Calico.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know what they're gonna give here. Last time we had Calico teamed up with Murder Mook. That was not a team I saw happening. We didn't get to see much from them, you know, the first go around. You know, had the horror at Amazora. It turned into a massive brawl. And then the second time when they battled T-Top and Twerk, that was very nasty, France. Like, it wasn't good at all. I don't know what to expect from this team, man. I don't know, man.
I don't know what to expect, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued enough to want to be like, yo, let's see what the hell
Listen,
happens.
A world-class guy like Hollow and a world-class guy like Calico, sure, man. Like, yeah, I hear you. I'm intrigued. I'm just, from what happened last time with Mook and Cal, is just like, oh my gosh. All right. See what happens. But I mean, look at Hollow and Lux, right? Hollow and Lux was just through the roof. Everybody went bananas. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could go either way, man. I'm just hoping it doesn't go the Murderland way. And what is this team called?
That's a good question.
What is this team called, man? I guess we're gonna have to wait. Fred's like Land Sharks was enough.
after I said Land Shark, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna say any more names.
Word, right?
Hollow Slides.
Loyalty Slide, man.
Hollow Slides.
I really turned them into Nike slides. I slid in some Nikes and really turned them into Nike slides.
I eliminate them.
Oh, yo, there's been an influx of eliminated bars, man, since that battle, right? I don't know, man. Loyalty slides, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Then we got another announcement. DNA and John the Don.
Yeah, I get that one. That makes sense.
Have they teamed up before?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, not that I can recall neither. And not gonna lie to you, Vlad, have you seen the comments for that announcement?
No, I haven't. It's crazy.
They weren't happy.
What happened? Why?
I don't know why. Like you can just go through it. The people were not happy about. Like, I mean, these people were, of course. People thought it was fire, but like, I'm gonna just go through some. I'm gonna just like read some comments out loud. Somebody's like, "This is a half-ass announcement." Literally, somebody says, "Oh, what the man?" Somebody says, "What the fuck? Oh, hell nah." Somebody says they're gonna angle for 3 rounds. Somebody said the PG Bulls. Somebody said, whatever. I'm not gonna keep going because this is bad. The point is, like every team had like, all right, Avon Fonz, people were happy. You know what I'm saying? Geechee and Rock.
People were happy like, for Hollow and Cal, or they were just kind of like, okay.
They were like, I don't know what the hell to expect from this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then with this team, they were like, wow, and I was just like, bruh. The hell, like DNA is like one of the most winningest guys. Like he always
especially in 2-on-2s.
Especially on 2-on-2s. Like the hell, this guy damn near revolutionized 2-on-2s, and any partner you put next to this guy,
he for sure, yeah,
in this era, and anybody that you put next to him, he's gonna go to work with. Like I don't get why you guys are so negative or down on it. I didn't like that.
I don't know, man.
You know how I feel. People across the street seeing other announcements. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Shaking bosoms, but second they see two Hall of Famers together, and dudes just like,
oh man. And then we had one more announcement, right?
This announcement here.
This one threw me for a loop.
EFB. Danny Myers and Miss Hustle.
Threw me for a whole ass loop, friends. Miss Hustle spoke. She said that her original partner was supposed to be Shotgun Suge, but something came up and it would not have allowed this battle to go down if she was his partner. But she wanted Suge to still, get his bag and do what he needed to do. So she needed to find an alternative partner. That partner ended up being the bar god, Danny Myers. You know what I'm saying? So this could be fire. I've never seen Danny teamed up with a woman. I've seen Danny battled women, and he's gone straight berserko. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he went bananas against the women that he battled. So him teaming up with a woman, I'm wondering, is this an intergender battle? Because if it is, it's going to be no holds barred on Danny's end. And, Miss Hustle's she has been Mrs. Consistency. You know what I'm saying, man? She is the Cal Ripken Jr. of the women of late. Like, she shows up, goes to work, gets her base hits, gets her home runs, you know what I'm saying? And then shows up and does it again the next event. So even though I did not see this team coming together or whatever, like I do have faith that they'll pull together some fly stuff. It's gonna look a little crazy though, you know what I'm saying? Like Hustle all towering and Danny's all You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna look very strange, but I'm interested to see where the creativity goes in this battle. You know what I mean?
What's gonna happen when Hustle picks up Danny Myers?
Stop, man. Stop. Hold on. She gonna pick him up like this? Or she gonna she gonna pick him up like Remedy Loco did Caution? That's what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen when Danny thinks of a rebuttal and he goes to whisper in her ear, "Yo, say the setup bar,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then she sets it up, and then he alley oops and slam dunks it.
What if he Yo, what if she throws him a literal alley oop and he dunks it during a ball on the opponent though?
This could get crazy. This could get very.
What if Daddy goes to do push-ups and Hustle jumps on his back and he's still banging out the push-ups? Yo, like the place is gonna go crazy.
Let me tell you something. This could get fucking crazy.
Motherfucker's gonna be doing the Charleston Chew.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm here.
saying?
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm excited to see who their opponent is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because this could get really, really wild. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it, man. It's not what I expected, but this is what it's all about. The 2-on-2s. It should be some stuff that throws a wrinkle into the game, and some of you go, "Huh, I didn't think about that one," but okay, let's see what you got going on, man.
Yeah, yeah. Man, packed month in June, man. You know what I'm saying? NOME Impact on the 10th. The 17th, we got the Remy Ma Grudge card.
Hold
you
up,
know what I'm
before we
saying?
even move on to that, though, France,
Yeah.
it's NOME Impact. Let's not skip that. All right, it's not NOME.
Yeah.
Night of main events is Night of main events Impact. They've combined these two marquee events together. It is not the first time we had Summer Impact before. It was actually a fire card, the one in Charlotte originally.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
glad you said that. I wasn't even gonna give that any light because like everybody's kind of like, it's not a real gnome. And I just feel like the reason that reception is happening is just because in 2019, when we had Summer Impact, we already had so many star-studded events. We had the Cassidy Resolution card, we had NOME 9, we had volume 4, I believe. I had volume 4. Yeah. We had 2 Band Legacy weekends, so you already had 6 different days of Band Legacies. You had a Born Legacy
battles. Yeah.
Yeah. You had Born Legacy 6 and 7 go down in Tampa, you know what I'm saying? John and Geechee
I
and
was there. Yeah.
Geechee and Chess. You know what I'm saying? You had so many events already before Summer Impact that it felt like that All-Star game was like a real break. And this year, you know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, up until June this year, URL's done less live streams than they did that in 2019 before their app, which is crazy. Yeah, and even less events too. So it just feels like a bit of like a reset year, a bit of a down year as far as quantity of events. So when your only streamed event was Kings and Queens, and now your second streamed event is a 2-on-2 event, they're like, what? This doesn't feel like NOME. We took away NOME. Well, I wanted Twerk and Av and so many different matchups that you could have created for NOME. But make no mistake, a NOME Impact is still a NOME. Like when you make the list of all the NOMEs, this is considered NOME 13. So this is here.
Wait a minute. They're not going to consider this. The next time they do a NOME, it's not going to be NOME 14.
Definitely is.
No way.
I mean, that's what happened with Summer Impact. Summer Impact was Summer Madness 9.
I don't know.
Summer Madness 8 was in London.
No. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I fully understand you. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
You're not the only one to not like it, and I get it, and I can get why it feels off for sure. But at the end of the day, for bookkeeping purposes, when I make a list of Summer Madness events and you were on the Impact, you were on a Summer Madness.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just don't like continuing like, oh, this is NOME 13, this is NOME 14. No, it's not. I mean, but it's just semantics at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's semantics.
Yeah, but it really is. That's what it is. And look, if it makes you feel better, the only Goods has only been on Summer Madness through the Impact, so he actually has like take that away. He has no Summer Madness appearances.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So there's some guys that just are only gonna have this through the 2-on-2. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, hey, listen, snake on me.
Yes to both. Yes, snake. I mean, that means they
Yes,
have
yes, both of those
fran-
guys.
fran-
Ace Eyes made it to a Summer Madness. Yes.
Don't call him Ace Eyes. He won't like that.
Snake, made it to a Summer Madness. Man.
Franchise, Jakkboy, yeah, all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And
So
I
you
get
consider those guys like when you sit there and you tally up and you put it on the Excel spreadsheet.
Listen. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
So franchise is officially a Summer Madness artist.
He's made a
Even
Summer
though
Madness.
It's reloaded.
Hold on. There's two different sentences. Just because you make it, they don't make you an artist. You can make it there. All right. Word to MVP and real name Brandon. They ain't never touched Summer Madness ever again. All right.
They made it though.
They made it once. It's all you make it once.
They can say I am a Summer Madness artist.
Nah. You need more than one.
They can. They performed.
You need more than one.
Yo, if you went to the Super Bowl,
I hear
you are a former Super Bowl player. You have one Super Bowl appearance under your belt. If you've made it to one,
you're gonna have that one. You're gonna be like,
Hey, listen, a lot of people never make it, man. A lot of people never make it to the playoffs.
That's very true. It's either drop out. Hey, listen, Soul and Gemini have a Summer Madness appearance for a lot of URL guys.
They sure did, man. Sure.
So at the end of the day,
was Soul the first white guy on Summer Madness?
Iron Solomon,
yes. How could we forget the original? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, them 5 rounds, man. Oof. That was rough.
The point is, bookkeeping wise, this falls in that cabinet. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Y'all might not like it, but I'm not the graphic.
Listen, I'm here. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna be excited.
If y'all dislike it that much on the graphic, I'll put an asterisk on it. Okay, if that makes you happy.
That's gonna look even worse. It'll look even worse. But whatever, it is what it is, man. And we're all gonna watch. We're all gonna participate. All right, let's break down the price point, man. $25 if you got the app.
Yeah.
$50 if you don't. And I saw a lot of dissension on that. But I'm like, you have the Showtime app. You still got to pay for Showtime pay-per-view boxing, and it's still going to show up on Showtime afterwards. So if you have the app, I think $25 is a great price point, man. I think it's a fantastic price point. But I do want to know, do you get the VOD? Is it for a week?
I don't think
you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that?
I don't know if they confirmed this, so let me check while we're here. I would assume they're gonna do the same model.
I would assume, yeah.
I would assume.
And listen, $50 seems to be the going price point now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let Remy gas you up and make you pay $65 on the last day. So now we know that there are people willing to pay $65 for some battle raps. So I don't want to hear anyone saying, $50, URL's tripping. You know what I mean? But they out here paying $50, $55, $65 for other cards. So don't jump in your hater bag down, talk about how expensive it is, or don't jump in the hater bag talking about, well, if I have the app, blah, 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 blah. Either you're going to pay for it or you're not going to pay for it. Stop you complaining. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no updates here on caffeine as far as if there is a VOD or not, but I
would assume.
I'm just gonna assume that you would want to keep the same exact model you did last time. Hey, have it for a week and hit the app.
We'll assume, and when we get confirmation, we will give you guys a confirmation for sure.
Facts. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to June, man. We get back to battles in June. We got a lot of events in June, like I was mentioning. We got NOME Impact.
And what date is NOME Impact? What date is that?
The 10th.
The 10th. All right. There's a card, France. That's on June 3rd.
We got cards all month long. You know,
this card's been the talk of the town there, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a change in the original lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every battle except perhaps the main event got changed around. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about nothing else but the trenches card from Easy the Block Captain. You know what I mean? Now we have Rosenberg Raw versus Danny Myers, Enes versus Dot. We have Real Deal versus Dub the Phenom. You know, so salute to that card. You can buy it on Rap Grid. I'm not sure what the price is. Support. Don't bootleg and charge. If you have a watch party, just watch. You know what I mean? But France, there was a fallout after Easy got all his money back, France. You know what I mean? And this is the part of battle rap where, things always get a little weird. It's like he threw all of his friends under the bus, dog. And I was watching it going, damn, boy, like that. It was it was a little disheartening, man. I ain't gonna lie, because I do understand the marketing. I do understand, brothers talk trash to each other. But if there is no hopes and you're not doing this to set up a battle later on with your homies and, grab a bag from Remy or like, oh, Remy, I think I want to battle Holmzie or I want to battle, whatever, whoever, couldn't be on the card or whatever. But just to be like, URL wasn't going to book you. They had you on the bench. When's the last time, they wanted to use any of you guys? You know what I mean? Like your careers were pretty much at standstills. Y'all reaching out to me for handouts and stuff like that, things of that nature. I mean, not as exact words, paraphrasing. But to see that go down, man, what was your opinion on that? Just knowing where all these guys came from and how everything developed, man.
I think Ace had the best stance on it, really, where he kind of asked Easy, is like, well, you try to book Collective for Trufo.
Yeah.
We all know Bill's under contract. Bill signed, reported that last year, so probably Bill couldn't do it. Then he tried to get Chess for Trufo, and obviously Chess is like probably trying to get on Summer Madness and has all these plans for this year. So Easy's like, let me go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was jumping the gun. Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously he kind of like, well, let me not, so that we don't get in the middle of your situations, you know what I mean? Like Easy didn't want to get in the middle of URL and Easy and Chess. So he kind of just moved on from Chess and then went to Danny Myers. And Ace kind of asked him, he's like, if you had that consideration for Chess, why didn't you have that consideration for the rest of the card?
Right.
And that's where I'm just kind of like, it's interesting he says that, but it gets a little murky because those guys told Easy that they're not under contract. You know what I'm saying? But then Easy lets it out that P from URL is called these guys to get them off the card. And then Easy just continuously just kept letting out more information. And I was just kind of just like, I wish I didn't have to know all this. And Ace told him, he was like, you down talked all of your peers, but you didn't have any of this stuff to say when you tried to book them. Did you feel this way when you booked these guys? You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's where he really wrote some interesting points, but it's a mess, bro.
It's a big mess, man. And this mess all started, you know what I'm saying? URL just not sitting it out, man. Not sitting it out. Just bringing all this extra attention to this card and whatnot.
But that's what I was trying to tell you last week. Like, just focus on your garden right now. And now that do you agree with my message a little bit more?
No. I agreed with you last week. You know what I'm saying? I agreed with you last week. They definitely started this, and I'm just like, yo, like your man just threw all his friends under the bus. Like, and the thing that I didn't like about it, France, is that it's like lowering the value of your homies. You know what I'm saying? Because remember when Surf and Cortez got into it outside in Atlanta, and when people would ask years later, like, oh, why do people talk about Cortez like this? And you know what I'm saying, certain people or whatever, not everyone, because he gets a lot of love too. I support him, I rock with him, you know what I'm saying? Same. But for those who like to use that point as, well, Surf was talking crazy about him. Surf was really popular. So Surf made some people look at Cortez in a certain light. He's repeating the same thing, but these are his friends. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so now when someone goes and they want to book something for, I don't know, let's say 9,000, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, this guy's talking about you like this. The fans are talking about you like this, and it's like, where's your value really at? And it's like, dog, like I get it, man. Battle rap is all about promotion and all about talking crazy and stuff like that, even between friends. But there does come a point in time where the lines do get blurred, and then you start lowering the value of your friends, and it just makes things a little weird, man. It's just like I just thought that he'd have just a little bit more class than that. You know what I'm saying?
Being a league owner will definitely show a lot of the way you feel about people. You know what I'm saying? It's all a bizarre situation, and ultimately could have all just been avoided if everybody had just focused on themselves right for a moment. You know what I'm saying? I still really want to hold some accountability here to URL, specifically P, getting involved. And I don't know, I don't know if this is a whole. I don't even want to assume anything. All I know is that like I just wish they did not get involved with tampering with this card, because I promise you, had you have just left it alone, people would have been shocked that you would have left it alone, and this card would not have the drama-induced promotion that it has right now. And at this point, he's taken advantage of this and made it into a media run. He went on Hip Hop Is Real and had a whole hour and some change sit down to talk about everything, where he even say he won't be on the platform again. You know what I'm saying? I think Easy's gonna go to three. Easy's gonna go on 3 Letterman probably sometime.
That's his brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, every Lord, man. Easy. Tell me about B's calling up the other blog. He didn't call me. But all the other bloggers. And what do you think about him? You sabotaging getting in your game. What do you think about that, brother?
Yeah. I mean, then the battlers too, that got involved. Can't fully blame. I don't know. It's all nasty, man. It's all nasty because it's like yeah, y'all agreed to this. You know what I'm saying? And then this comes up and you then completely just jump ship and you don't want to do the battle no more, right? Which I feel it. Like, if you're all about your money, you're gonna go chase the money. You don't want to fracture relationships and get in the middle of this war. You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, it's like I also hear Rosenberg was like, I wish some of these guys would be willing to just bet on themselves a little bit more. And it's hard. I guess it's hard to do that when you're in a financial spot that you just really need more money. You need a couple extra $1,000. So, it's hard to have that vision of gambling on yourself when you're living check to check potentially. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anybody is, but I'm saying it's hard to have that vision when there's no foundation of security.
Just surviving at that point.
Yeah, when there's no foundation of security to let you go out and venture and try, or take the leap of faith. It's difficult. Sometimes actually, ironically, that's the time when the leap of faith works the most, because you're putting all of your eggs into that basket. Hopefully, whatever you try to manifest comes to reality. But in battle rap, maybe those guys don't feel the same way. The confidence isn't there for it. I don't know. And I ultimately feel like then the battle is involved. It's like Truffaut. I feel like his brand took a little bit of a damage from this as well. You know what I'm saying? It could all be forgiven with some good performances. You know what I'm saying? He's got the Jakkboy battle. He's got a battle in June as well. He's mentioned already. You know what I'm saying? So if he's good in these 2 battles, all is well, and we move on from the world. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Now I think actually for Truffaut though, it's a good setup if he does well in these next couple of battles. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, man, he's been thrown into the mix. Now it's like you kind of have a storyline here. You know what I'm saying? And we know, like, okay, this is Let's Talk Battle Rap. So we, talk about battles and stuff like that. But, obviously there's still storylines that happen when the battles are down. And storylines become part of the battles. They become part of your legacy and all that stuff. So unless you get caught doing something weird or like something like super freaky that it's not part of your character or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or some weirdo stuff, or some buster stuff or something like that. Right, you know what I'm saying? So, but I did think it got pretty interesting when Truffaut was like, "Yo, I ain't call you up for no trenches card." You know what I'm saying? I called you up for a Chrome 23 plate. He kind of spun me and lowballed me. You know what I'm saying? Compared to these other East Coast guys, East Coast stick together. You know what I'm saying? And and now it's like he has a story, because now he's going back and forth directly with Easy. You
Don't
know what I'm
forget
saying? And
though.
it's like you
Don't,
can't pay for that kind of marketing.
you can't, but don't forget though. Like at the end of the day, like even if you feel you were lowball, you accepted it. You know what I'm saying? In the
Yeah,
words,
yeah.
in the word, this is something Saint said this, and this is probably one of the wisest things that the young God Saint has said. You are worth what you accept.
$1,650, France, was the initial offer from Easy to Block Captain, a true foe, to throw it all away and crash out, France, to go against, to go against the machine. $1,650 was the
Then
original offer to crash out. Got it up to $2,000, but find a way to get to Philly on your own dollar and find somewhere to sleep on your own, partner. $2,000 to crash out, France, and go against the machine.
well, this is also a moment where you look at URL and you say, well, he's not under contract, right? So it's
Yeah.
like if you see that this is a guy that is is it's willing to accept this bag,
1650.
why let's let him accept that bag. You know what I'm saying? Clearly he needs it, right?
They're like, yo, we got 2,800 for you and a room at the Red Roof Inn. What do you want to do? You know, 1650, son. Oh my, that's disrespectful, man.
Yeah, but Truffaut did tell Easy that Pete told him to cancel or back out the battle 3 days prior to the battle, and Truffaut went and told like that's a part of it I kind of don't like. This like all of that may be, it's part of the dirty game of the business when you're in warfare, right, with people. But
because Easy did say they are at war. That's his words. They're at war, not them with him, not him with them. They're at war back and forth. So what else would you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
especially if you know their handles already.
But then Truffaut tells Easy this. Well, he didn't have to tell him this.
No, not at all. And this is what I'm saying. You still throwing these dudes under the bus. Like this is crazy. It's like, all right. Thanks, Bull. Nobody was bucking that ball anyway.
And it's crazy because I wanted Truffaut and Easy to be a team on NOME Impact. I wanted them to be the Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Chicago Bulls.
Chicago Bulls. Oh my god. Not the Raging Bulls, the Chicago Bulls. Relax, man. Relax.
It's not good. It's not good.
Those Chicago Bulls. Next.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
People start to round like, where you from? All my friends is Bulls.
I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about the Chicago Bulls, man. Yeah, but it got kind of nasty, man. I'm like, yikes. All the secrets have been spilled now. There's a lot of anger going on back and forth. Even Holmzie and Prep is just like, damn, son. Like, I thought we was cool. Like, why you got to drag my name through the mud like that? Like, I kept it real with you. Gave you your money back mad early, and now you just like talking crazy about me. There's no chance for us to battle or anything like that. You're just lowering my value and my worth, man. Like, it got kind of crazy over the weekend, yo.
Yeah, it did. And, all is well for promo. So he's going to keep it going. It's going to keep it going.
Until June 3rd, man. Yeah. Until June 3rd, you're going to keep it going, man.
You got to compensate. Reed's not promoting, I guess, right?
Where is Reed, yo?
It's a very good question.
I know Easy says he's been talking to Reed, but where is Reed, man?
Yeah.
Philadelphia and the world wants to hear from this guy, and he's nowhere to be seen, man. And this battle is just getting closer and closer and closer.
Check this out. This is Reed's Instagram page.
Oh, boy.
You see a trenches flyer?
Nah, man. It just looks like a lot of vacation
I just see the trenches, but I don't see the trenches flyer.
Oh, man. Yikes.
I'm gonna leave it be.
Nasty work. Then the 10th, we got URL. We got Summer Impact. And then
NOME Impact.
17,
NOME Impact.
NOME Impact. I'm sorry. So Easy and Remy are sandwiching URL right now.
What the hell just happened here? What the hell? The podcast over.
If I'm URL, I'm thinking like, what's happening here too? You got the bull, and then you got the. I don't want to disrespect her because we live close enough where Remy could pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? But you got the bull, and then you got Remy a week before and a week after you, and we know what the narratives are out here. And this, you got all these shenanigans going on where it's not like bringing focus to your event, but it's bringing energy to their other events. And the events are a week before and a week after yours. Is this by any coincidence, France?
I think not. Coincidence? Perhaps not. But
so the 17th, she got the grudge card coming up. Any news about that? Any rumblings in the underground?
I don't know any battles on the card, but I do know this. I saw that Yoshi G was randomly in New York.
Oh?
Yeah, she was in New York. She was like, "Hey, in New York for the day." You know what I'm saying? I was
she
like,
chasing down the top tier or something.
I was like, "What you doing out here?" You know what I'm saying? And then I heard 40 bars on the Twitter space was like, "I'll be in New York this week," and I was like,
"Oh, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. Why are you in New York today?" Okay.
All right.
And I ain't leaking nothing. This is public information. They both were in New York. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Let's find out they're gonna go down to West 4th, watch some basketball in the cage, and get a couple of glizzies or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But
artichoke pizza.
Oh yeah. Shout out Remy, man. Shout out Remy
then the week
for
after
making
that,
your card the week after URL's card. And Easy making his the week before. I'm sure there's no collusion going on here.
Well, she did say a long time ago she was doing an event in June. She did.
Yeah. And I'm sure the only date that was available was the 17th, of course. Yep. Yeah.
Hey, listen, we winning. I don't care.
Listen, it's making our lives easier. You know what I'm saying? It's making our lives easier. We can talk about the cards. The recaps will be easy enough to do. We don't got to struggle to find content. It's all week after week after week is there, man.
Yeah, and then after all those events, the week after that, you got TOS Battle League. You got I got that thing going down in Chicago. It's True Phone, Jakkboy, and Ace and Piranha.
Is that going down?
Tell you what, man.
Is True Phone and Jakkboy going down because there was a no-fly policy issued when the morning started? Has the ban been lifted?
I think that got squared off. But I'll tell you what, I was in the Twitter space on Friday with Piranha and Ace, and that thing kind of got a little. I think got kind of heated.
Crashed out again, man.
I think got kind of heated. I'm not gonna lie.
The king of the crash outs, bro.
Yeah, but I'm gonna hit up the league owner. I want the black phone at that event. I needs to see it. I needs to see it. I needs to see it.
Has he responded?
I haven't hit them up yet.
Okay, all right. Just making sure, man. Put the black phone out, man. We need to see these joints, man.
Yeah, facts.
If there's no pay-per-view, if there is pay-per-view, obviously we will support.
There's no stream.
None? Oh. Well, put the black phone up, man.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's 2023, y'all. Y'all gotta find a way to start streaming events. If y'all gotta
you got an iPhone 14, just put it on a tripod. You can stream it, man, on a private link. Come on.
You gotta get a Mevo camera. If you gotta get a private link, figure something out, or at least get a stream to the media, man. Like I don't know what is preventing this from happening. Like, get your credentialed media people that you trust, get them to sign something so that if shit bootlegs, you know where it came from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of
it's a lot of liability.
It's a lot of trust to put in the hands of folks, man. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You give like 10 links out there, pause, and then you expect it to not show up anywhere else. It's a lot of liability to
you know what? I tell you what,
not protect your content.
Don't give it a 10 folks. Give it a 1. All right? Give it an LTBR.
Hello.
Your content will be safe. I promise.
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a nice maybe a 20, 30 clip on the timeline. You know what I'm
I mean, come
saying?
on, man. Listen, we just blessed A Ward. I mean, a little light 40,000 view clip, you know what I'm saying? Of
Mm-hmm.
him going crazy on some guy's 6-ring Jordans, you know what I mean? France did a
Nasty.
backflip off his couch when he saw, the bars. RX couldn't help herself. She had to yank A Ward up by both shoulder straps and all that, you know what I
Shit,
mean?
I just checked it out. 45 clip, 45,000 views. Come on, man.
Something light, man. That's something light, TOS, you know what I mean? France, the 6-ring Jordans now have taken an assault in this battle rap community, man. They're calling them the M word Michael Jordans now. I will not repeat that word because I love my brown people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a race war to start here.
Yeah.
They're calling them the Home Depot Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're killing people with these 6-ring Jordans on, man. Like, what's the deal, bruh?
Listen, man. As if you're a sneakerhead, it is what it is, man. Them
Why do
joints
they
just don't.
hate those Jordans so much? Like, why?
It has too many combinations. It got like spotted like 11. It got the strap in the back, the bumps in the front. Like it just
Doing
got.
too much?
It's just doing too much, man. It's just doing too much. All right. It's like 3 different Jordan pairs in one. You know what I'm
6
saying?
different Jordan pairs in one, right?
In essence, but like it just don't look aesthetically pleasing. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
did
And I
they
get
kill
it.
with that joint? They killed Show Off with that joint?
Oh, they kill show off with it. They kill show
They
off with
killed
it.
they killed 3 with that joint, right?
I don't know if 3 has some 6 rings on. 3 don't look like the type to.
No. He had like the combo 12 type joints or something like that. I remember.
I
He
don't
was like,
know.
yo, I'm not a young man. I just put on what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bother me. I'm old. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Shout out 3. Shout out 3, man.
I
Yo,
don't know.
Lord forbid Don Marino wear a pair of 6 rings one day, man. It's gonna be over, yo.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be over for the ball.
Yeah. I just feel like they just I don't know. I get it. I don't want to make this whole moral thing like, oh, but if I like it, who cares? People like it, like don't like. No, it's not about that. We're gonna crack these jokes, man. We're gonna crack these jokes. 6 rings have always had the jokes for 6 rings have been flying for over a decade now. All right. Since the days of sneakerheads going to Times Square back in the early 2000s, people were like, what? We do not rock with those. All right. So the joke's gonna fly always. The joke's gonna fly. And it's battle rap. So just live with it. You know what I'm saying? Some 6 rings in battle rap. You're gonna wear them, you're gonna like them, fine, cool. Just know that your opponent might not, and neither may not the audience. So that's ammunition on yourself that you'll be putting on yourself. Respectfully. All right. Oh, we lost my man Vlad. I think he's back here.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Computer couldn't take it. They said 6 rings, 6 rings, 6 rings. Crash.
Uh, 6 ring slander has been here for over a decade. Like we're not.
I gotta keep it real with you, man.
Yeah.
Back in 1998, right? This was the year that Jordan kind of separated a little, from Nike and said, yo, we're gonna take this into our own hands and release lifestyle brands, right? So we're gonna drop Team Jordans, we're gonna drop Lady Jordans, we're gonna drop Jordan training sneakers just to work out. We're gonna drop Jordan slides, right? And we're gonna drop the apparel, all of that. 1998. I remember, man. There was this kid the year before. He was wearing like regular ass sneakers, like just plain regular Nikes. Mans came to school and had every Jordan in the Jordan line. Like it didn't matter yet. And I was like, that's when I was still, judging people, a lot. And I was like, either him or somebody in his family selling drugs because these sneakers are a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And but this was before that we had a chance to go, nah, if it ain't the OGs, like we can't rock this. So I saw it in 1998 happen myself where people were like, get these Team Jordans out of here, get these trainers out of here. if you're not doing If you're not doing gardening work, don't even wear these. Like, wear these to play football in the streets with. Like, do not wear these to like stunt. Like, this is not a flex. You know what I'm saying? So this is nothing new. So to see this, like, you know what I mean, 25 years later, like people still getting dragged for wearing $150 sneakers is bananas, son.
And in fairness, it's not just the 6 rings. Like everything. What
It's
my man
anything that's not a real Jordan, from like Jordan 1 through
like 13,
14-ish.
yeah,
14
like
you could still slide by, you know what I'm saying?
listen,
15 is like 16 is like one colorway was fire. Though the black joints, you know what I'm saying?
black joints and the ginger joints. That's it. But let me say this: Kid Slay set himself in the bar. Everything from 13 up get done ugly. The whole room reacted. It's a reason why the room reacted. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? And guess what? Just because you're in the 1 through 13 don't mean you safe. All right.
Oh no. They got some joints there. But damn, man, the M word Jordans, man, that's what we doing. Oh. Anywho, man, shout out to A Ward. You know what I'm saying, for lighting my man up. You know what I mean? But the battler was mad proud. This is bad. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, homie. But he was like, I went viral. I went viral.
One of the comments on it was like, I told my homie not to wear it. They try to warn you. If somebody in your crew try to warn you, then you know what I'm saying, you can like it. I ain't saying for you to not like it. I'm just letting you know what may happen if you go outside.
You know what's crazy? Yo, you could have a full mortgage you're paying for, 2 cars you're paying for, a dog, you take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying, man? You throw barbecues for the community, but you pull up in a pair of 6 rings, yo, it's over for you, man. It's over. They're gonna treat you like a leper.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line, yo. Oh man, salute to A Ward, aka the Fashion Bull, aka the Sneaker Bull. You know what I'm saying? Who's now getting fools dragged for the sneakers that they're wearing, man. Don Marino, please make a note. Don't ever wear 6-ring Jordans. You will automatically lose that battle. And yeah, man, I think that's all we got for you this week, man.
I think we're done.
We are done, man. So log on to letstalkbattlerap.com, man. Support your boys. We're out here on the literary tip for battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on all socials at LTBR Podcast. If you are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. You know, helps your boys get into the algorithm and all that. So, you know, so salute to everyone tuning in. We appreciate everybody. We don't take this show for granted. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys next week. Peace. Don't chunk it up like John Morant, though. Don't stick that thumb out. You know what I'm saying? Don't stick that thumb out. That thumb come with a price. I ain't sticking the thumb out. I'm gonna stay on the sidewalk. I'm gonna stay on the sidewalk, man. But shout out to the Euro Bulls who count 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? So they can get away with that. But Ja, you can, France, you have to pay that tax. You have to pay that N-word tax, neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week, man. Enjoy this 2-hour show, y'all.